Hey, Bob Duffy here, and I've been diving into the next level of AI assisted generated art, and I thought, how about go through some old sketches? So I find these, and they're in a dusty old drawing tablet back in the day when that meant a pad of paper as a drawing tablet. So I settled on this thing here, a very 80s drawing that I had done where I was a bit inspired by Cindy Crawford's eyes. And I thought, okay, let me take this to the next level and see if there's something that I can do in AI that will give it more of an 80s pop rather than this kind of rough charcoal thing that I used when I sketched it. So this is where I ended up, and I think it's pretty cool. And it wasn't just a kind of prompt, and it kept hitting the button until I could get this. There was a whole process to get here, and so I want to walk you through this a little bit. So at first, I started to use ControlNet. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. This is the A1111 web UI for using Stable Diffusion. This is the prompt that I use in order to create this, but I use this feature down here, ControlNet, and I am using the line art feature, which turns this picture into this kind of thing. And Stable Diffusion is then going to use that in order to kind of create that artwork based upon my prompt here. And so this is what it came up with. So it moved in on the direction. So it's exactly that layout here. It's got the same look and feel of it, but as much as I tried to do this, I couldn't influence the colors very well. I couldn't influence the look of what I wanted. So I realized I needed to switch things up a bit and use more like of a reference image. So I use Stable Diffusion and I use those same prompts just without ControlNet, where it generated an image itself. So I created that image and this image, and this is what I use essentially as the reference art. So what I had done is go back over to Stable Diffusion. So I used this as well as a reference image, and then I started getting better artwork. So the next two that came out, this one with the kind of the pinkish hair, and this one as well. So this was directionally more of where I was going, and I really like this one. This was kind of the shape, the layout, the look that I was going for. It kind of had that 80s pop that I was going for, but I needed to work on the hair and take this to the next level. This time I went into image to image, and I took that picture and I masked out the hair, and I just used a prompt, dark hair with reflected pink and white light. And I started to get better images, started to get stuff that looked really, really cool. What I noticed though is that I really could control a lot of what I wanted to happen, and that hair just wasn't looking right. Like this, it was kind of domish. It just didn't have the look of the artwork that it was really inspired. So I tried a lot of different things, and what I found out worked was I switched the control net from line to canny, which has a slightly different look to it. And by switching over to canny, it preserved kind of that look, those strands of the hair coming around the face. And then I started to get versions of this, and with re-rolling a few times, I got this. This is exactly what I was looking for. This has more of that 80s pop, the kind of pink and blue that I was going for, but I noticed that the background just wasn't strong enough. So pop back into a traditional image editor, bring that out with a multiply a little bit, brought out the jacket a little bit more, and there you go. That's how the work was done using AI, and as you can see, your image editing on your own PC. Not exactly the old fashioned way, but you are using digital tools that give you a lot of control and variety. Now, what else could I try? What about these old sketches from my D&D days? I don't know. Some things are better left to the past. So that's a wrap for me. I'm Bob Duffy, and I'll catch you later.